Hey, Joey Lancaster here from MotoTheNorthwest.com, here at rounds 3 and 4 of the Motorsport.com Northwest National MX Series presented by Rockstar. And I tell you what, it's been some very cold mornings here to start both rounds, but each round ending with a perfect track conditions and pretty close to t-shirt weather here in the Northwest. So it was a win-win for racing here. This is your post-race show right here from Horn Rapids Motorsports Complex.
I was once a son, now I'm on my own. Way through every road, and I've got myself to show. And the trials and tribulations seem to always track me down. But right up into the sunset and try me another town. I'm an hard soul, oh yes, an hard soul. Walking sideways, 'cause that's the only way I know. I'm an hard soul, oh yes, an hard soul. That's for who you know, careful when you try. Everywhere I go, I still got myself to fight. And one day, my child never wonders what is wrong.
Kids, don't use this line at home to sneak on the track. All right, here we are. Start Horn Rapids Motorsports Complex. And I'm gonna warm up my hands because it's really freaking cold. And then I'll take you for a lap. Hopefully I still have audio. Here we go. One lap. Here down long straightaway. Most of the hole shots will come from the inside into the first corner. A lot of wrecks happen. You want to set this one up early. Inside. Drift out wide on this corner. Throw down your best scrub anybody's ever seen over the second table. Stay wide. Line kind of down the middle. Drift to the outside right here. It gets rough when you drop into this hole. Either decide to use the outside berm here or drift to the inside. You're gonna come up, step down this. Fast line this weekend's been to the outside here. Drop over the hole. Stand up coming into the corner. Sit down, make sure you hop over this bump. Go over the center table. Look for some photographers. Come in here, you want to drift wide. This gets really rough throughout the weekend. You want to keep your back end light. Stay light on the bike over those bumps. Here, the outside. Drift over this. The bike's going to get light right here. Then you're going to come over this top table. Set yourself up to the outside. Drift to the inside. This has been a good line. Hard to get into. Over the anthill here. Into the shadow, then into the rhythm. Some guys stepping onto that table there. Drift around the outside here. To come into this shift rhythm section. Go double, triple, triple. And then over the finish. Then over this tunnel jump here. Set yourself up to the outside. Use the berm all the way around. And then you can run the outside.
All right, we're down here with Moto 13 50cc Open winner, the 999 of Cody Wingardner out of Villa, Washington. We got a mohawk going on. You use that to sneak your day too?
No.
Hi, my name is Sebastian LeVay from Post Falls, Idaho. I won 10 out of my 12 races.
So Sebastian LeVay, you were on fire. How was the weekend for you? I know you did really good. The track was prime. They fixed it up, and explain how the weekend was for you.
It's pretty amazing, you know. It's all about that start, and once you get that start, you know, I was just praying to God that, you know, I was able to hold it on till the end and push really hard, and you know, it all came together at the beginning of the week, and it was amazing. At the end, you know, I didn't think I could do it, but you know, I did, and this is just a big confidence booster, and you know, it's pretty amazing.
I'm Ryan Brees from Athol, Idaho, and I just won 11 out of 12 motos.
That's awesome. You got some great sponsors out there helping you, and I know because I sit right next to you all the time. But go ahead and thank them.
I can't thank my mom and dad enough. They've seriously been the most support I've ever had in my life, and without them, I couldn't be possible. JMC Motorsports, seriously, they've been hooking me up for this year and last year, and it's tremendous. Duval Engineering for letting me ride and be a part of their team. They hooked me up so much. I started riding when I was like on 50s, did this whole series, and from there on, they just took me under their wing and provided me with all the help they had. Medicine Man Pharmacy, oh my gosh, he's helped me out tremendously. And you know, who's training me the most is really Chris Howell. He's seriously putting his dedication and time on my bikes and myself, trying to make me better at what I do. And you know, anyone else I forgot, thank you guys so much. You're a big part of my life.
I'd just like to say in closing that they're going to take my job someday. Thank you.
All right, so we got Tommy Week here at Horn Rapids. Tommy, tell us how your weekend's been going.
Oh, it's been a pretty good weekend. It's definitely nice to be back home in Washington State and racing with the local fans. And had a really good weekend. I won all my 450 motos up until that last one. We just had a little get off, and I knocked the wind out of myself pretty bad, so I didn't finish that one. But I mean, I definitely felt pretty dominant in the 450 class. So it's a good weekend. It's nice to be back home and be racing in the home state. And it's just tons of fun for me.
So what do you think of the series?
You know, I mean, obviously every racer's goal is we all want to be the factory racers on the AMA national circuit for sure. But believe it or not, I made more money this weekend than I have in a national in a long time, if ever. You know, so the opportunity that the PRO, that Ted Duval and all the guys are really putting forward is just awesome for us pros to be able to come out and make money and actually do something we love. You know, this is a lot better than working construction like I've been doing the past couple months. So, you know, it's, like I said, just an awesome opportunity that we have local promoters up here that are really trying to give back to our sport. You know, we don't have that type of races even in California, you know, that's just, it's a money pit and nobody gives any back. And it's nice that actual promoters are giving back to us.
That's right. Well, thanks a lot, Tommy, and good luck on the rest of your races.
Joey Lancaster here from MotoTheNorthwest.com, along with Brian Barnes, the voice of the Northwest. And this being the rounds 3 and 4 of the Motorsport.com Northwest National MX Series presented by Rockstar. And into the day, we've had an awesome weekend of racing, 2 full days. Earlier talking about the weather, starting out a bit chilly, everybody warming their hands up with their exhaust, going out for practice, but obviously ending the day with t-shirt weather, Brian.
Yeah, 22 yesterday, 23 today, and look at it right now, man. In a t-shirt, it was like 58 degrees today over here. Yesterday, I think it got up to 52. No wind. How often have we come over here over the last 14 years for this series? And the track, unbelievable. Ray Kaufman, Ted Duval, HRMC, PRO put together an amazing, amazing weekend. About 850 entries over 2 days. Couldn't ask for better racing.
Yeah, definitely. I had the opportunity to race some 25-plus A-class, and the track was perfect, both motos. Yesterday, in round 3, having an early moto, and then today having kind of a middle round. It was Moto 11 that I had today, but track was perfect all weekend long. You know, some of those sections that, don't get me wrong, it got rough, but it was rough in a good way. You know, some of the ruts and lines developing and stuff. But talking about some of the riders that were shining earlier, you heard from Ryan Brees, who had some awesome motos, Sebastian LeVay. But talk about those kids, and really, we haven't seen a whole lot of that come up. So that's kind of a big feat itself.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird deal. It was like the first 2 rounds there were a certain group of riders here, and we had a lot of different riders this weekend. I'm not sure how that kind of panned out, but the racing was phenomenal. Ryan Brees out of Athol, Idaho, you'll see an interview a little bit later, he and LeVay. He won 11 straight motos, and in the 12th moto, he caught the back of Wyatt Fowler's tire. Jimmy Harding went right over the top of him. It was a racing deal, but 11 straight motos. And then Sebastian LeVay, 10 straight motos that he won. Well, he didn't win 10 straight, he won 10. He got aced out by Tyler Couch and won. Elias Mortius, all 4 motos in 250A. Tommy Week came up from Menifee, California, regular here years ago, and he gave him everything that he could. But, we did good in some of the 450A and Unlimited. So there was great racing all weekend long. Didn't matter what class, whether it was the 50s, the 50-plus class, relics, or everybody in between. It was a great weekend of moto.
Yeah, and even with all the riders, 800-plus entries here this weekend, it was a safe weekend of racing here in the Northwest. Everybody, I don't want to say we didn't have any injuries at all, but nobody making their way home tonight super, or maybe not making it home, I guess that, to the hospital. But safe weekend here of racing as we get ready to head towards Woodland, Washington. April 14th is our next 13th, a double point round, so 14th being the Sunday would be everybody's day off.
Yeah, well, you can also go to Washougal on that Sunday and practice, to the opener for us. So I'd encourage that also.
There you go. For more, you can visit PacificRacingMX.com. But for Brian Barnes, Voice of the Northwest, Joey Lancaster, MotoTheNorthwest.com, we'll see everybody at Woodland. And that's it here from HRMC for rounds 3 and 4 of the Motosport.com Northwest National MX Series presented by Rockstar.
Roxanne!